Good morning, everybody. Grandpa Doss Farms. This is Grandma
Doss Farms.
Actually, we started that over. So she said, let's save it for a blooper. So I made her have another blooper. Is that all right?
That was perfect.
Can we do that?
Yep.
Listen, folks, first of all, we appreciate everybody coming along this morning. A big question is, how did my appointment go last Wednesday? So we got some really big news, complete 180 from where we were the last time we talked. You won't believe it, but God clearly had a different plan from what we were going to do. So you want to stick around and hear that.
Yep.
You know, you feeling good?
Feeling great.
You know what? It has been really hot for several days. We wake up this morning, it's 60 degrees.
I love it.
That's 15 to 20 degrees. You know, it's been 75, almost 80 degrees a couple times. We wake up, come out here sweating before we even get going, and here we are, 60 degrees. So
Yeah.
Pretty thankful about that. Pretty thankful. I think we got a couple other questions to answer about Miss Kitty, about the raccoons. We'll do that as we go along.
Yep.
Let's get some action going here and get the animals out, get them fed, and see what's happening.
Baby says, I want some attention.
Baby just had breakfast. She's licking her lips. And here's Mama. Mama, she's taking a bath. Hi, Mama.
She's doing good, though.
Hi, Mama. Yep, Mama's doing good. There's the goats and the doggies, the chickens. I know everybody went out this morning. Come on, we'll let you out. You ready? Oh, you there? Look at that. You just picked that camera up.
I did. I thought, did he realize he just set that camera down?
No, well, what did we talk last night? Remember what you said you was going to do?
Oh, I totally forgot.
You want me to remind you? Because I'm not going to be able to do all this stuff after my surgery. Grandma said, hey, I tell you what, in the morning, why don't I feed everybody and do all the chores? This is a little bit of spinach we had left over from Matt was over the other day. So
Oh,
I'm
sorry, that's
let's
a
go ahead
cat.
and give it to him. It's been in the refrigerator a couple of days.
Yep. It's cool.
But it's good. It'll be all right.
Come out here.
Come
Hey,
on,
everybody
girls.
wants you to continue doing your wormy dance out here because they said they can see you better.
Really?
Some are worried that you'll fall, so.
You're worried the old man's going to fall?
Inside the
Oh,
run.
dancing around the obstacles in there? That's pretty funny. Hey, I tell you what, I'll go ahead and do the scratch while you're
All
doing
right.
that. Let's
Sorry, Miss Kitty. Sorry.
throw a little out there.
Well, thanks. Was that payback?
Payback. If I get some in your shoes. Oh, look, hey, look.
Oh.
Some birds are
Yep.
so used to coming out this door,
Yep. And
they
they
don't
see us
even know
throwing
that
this
the other
stuff
gate.
over here.
Bless your heart. See, we don't know there's another gate open. Come on. See, this is how we come out. Come on. Come on, girl. You know what's weird?
What?
When I came in here last night, all this food in here is gone now, and so is in here. I don't know if the chickens are doing that before
I don't know. It's kind
they
of
go to
weird. I
bed
was
or not.
thinking the
I know,
same thing.
I don't know what is going on. We got a few mice, but not. I don't know. That's a little odd. Here, girls. That's grandma style throwing it out there. Let's get this door opened up. We talked about cleaning out this chicken coop every day. And Grandma said she can do it. And I said, you really don't realize what that entails when it's sometimes just so messy. So,
I do. I really do realize it. I'm just trying to tell myself I can do this.
what you doing, Cher? She getting bugs. Come on, let's go give him some wormies.
Here's one right here.
Give him some
Want a
wormies.
bug?
Bug? Oh, did you knock it off?
No, I did not knock it
You're
off. I
supposed to
won't
knock
do
it
that
off.
either.
Go here, hand
I don't do
Watch
that.
this. Watch. What's this? This is the fun part. Watch. See? Got it. Got it. Got it. Good job, Blondie.
Oh my.
All right, you guys want some wormies? Come on. Let's do wormies. Are you girls ready? Huh? Ready? Mag, you ready? We do the wormy dance. Ready? Set. Somebody said you need to put this to music, but because I am the music.
You could just sing.
I'm doing that. What's it called? Acapella, smella.
Yeah,
fella.
acapella.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
It's hard for you to do in front of me, isn't it?
No, it ain't hard to do in front of you. You know what they say, after I have this surgery, I'm going to have a lot more energy. I don't know what's going to happen then.
I don't either.
I'm
I'm a little worried about it.
That could be
I really am.
catastrophic. I mean, that could be like, I don't know, I don't know. Here, girls, come on. All right, good enough. Now you've got all this right here in case you have to do it, right?
I got it.
Now, folks, I'm here to tell you right now. I told Grandma I don't want her doing this by herself. Somehow, one of the boys will be over here. You know.
Well, obviously I can get the chickens out. I mean, you know, I was awake before you again this morning, by the way.
Well, okay. We'll go with that. Let's put the wormies
I was
up.
answering comments at 3:30.
Well, then you were up before me,
Okay.
if that's the truth. Well, I mean, I know that's the truth. I didn't mean to insinuate you.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Oh, now listen. I'm supposed to say, get down, puppy, get down. I'm doing it all wrong.
Oh, I'll have them trained in 8 weeks. Are you kidding me?
Shee.
Can't train you in 44 years, but I bet those dogs will catch on fast.
They're just like me. Dogs and goats are just like me, untrainable. Oh, look at the
I saw
poo
that.
mess on there.
I saw that.
Golly, you know, can't you guys even get up and go to the bathroom?
It's times 5 now,
see.
you know.
See. Good morning, boys.
Come on.
Mr. Gizmo, Boo, Rambo. Somebody said, looked like I was giving the goats more feed than normal, and that Fox was gaining weight.
All he's getting is hay and Timothy. Is it Timothy grass?
Yeah. Plus, they said I think that I was giving the pigs more feed, and it's not right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not giving anybody more food whatsoever. I don't know. I am cutting down a tree every so often, every other day, every couple of days, and you know, not that that's making them heavy. I don't think they're too heavy. Now, Fox, he's just a bigger boy. No, I'm not giving him more food. In fact, if you watched a couple videos ago, we measured the pigs again, and 2 of them had lost weight. 1 of them had gained weight. I still don't agree with that, but you know, that's what the numbers said. We'll see. Here we go.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Being ornery this morning. Fox are going to come down. They have, you know, they're never leaving.
Glass, man, glass everywhere.
Oh, they dug a hole right there. Grandma's on glass patrol.
Oh my goodness.
It used to just bother
Go on,
me because
boo-boo.
every time she stopped, every time she come down, she would stop and pick up glass. I don't even pay attention anymore. I just expect it. See her, look at her back there. She can't stand it.
Oh, thank me.
You're
just
welcome.
Went through the
Thank you so
cobweb
much.
for
Did you get a spider web for me?
I did.
Oh, I have to say, those bother me greatly.
Okay, now let me try this part.
All right,
Whoops.
gotcha. Okay,
I'm already stuck.
sorry, we're just going to sit here and watch.
Do I use these 3 or do I go out there?
I wouldn't, yeah, and I'd use those 3 right there. I put a little water in them every time so that gets the bottom of them clean, you know.
Yeah, they're clean.
That's my partner.
Clean enough to eat out of.
You know what? This whole deal may turn out better than I think, because by the time I get back, if I want to take a day off or an afternoon, go play a little golf, or maybe I
Ain't
want to sit
happening.
out in the sun, or Grandma
Ain't
slaves
happening.
out here.
Oh, looky there.
What is it?
I bet that's a half a cup.
Oh, it's kind of, is it crusty in there?
No,
Yeah.
I've been looking for this one. I was just making sure that
that's
was
your
it.
half a cup measure?
Yep.
That's a whole cup.
Oh,
Huh? What did you say?
it is worse than diapers. Reminds me of what was in their diapers.
Oh, but listen, look at those
I can't.
faces.
I can't.
What is she doing?
I'm telling you.
The pigs are going, huh? I love this site right here, though. I really, this is too good to be true.
That is disgusting. That doesn't look that bad when it's not wet.
I actually thought it looked kind of good, kind of inviting. Use that to fill it up. I use about 3/4 a cup, but that's, somebody said of overfeeding them. That's been doing this for months and months and months and months and months and months. Now here's the challenge for you, though.
I'm not going in there.
I know.
What I will do is just put it right over the.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
Let's
though.
try it.
Well, because, oh, yeah, so that's not going to work. Here, we'll have to figure something out.
All right.
Here you go, come here. I don't really, I don't know. We're going to have to either, I don't know if we can cut a hole in the fence and let you, I don't know. Let's just hope that the Matt can be down here.
Well, I'm just not comfortable by myself doing it. If I had one of the boys here, it might be different, but.
Well, here's the thing. No matter what system I come up with, you coming down here and doing this, it's not safe, honey. It's not gonna, the boys will be here. That's all there is to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have the answer to that. It's like doing these goats now. Can you do this?
The goats, yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
All right.
Where's their, did they get minerals just in the afternoon?
I got minerals in my back pocket.
Okay. Well, let me get this to them first. And
Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. Get them going.
a little bit more. Is that what you said?
And the more, it's all right. Yeah, it's okay in the morning. Yeah, a little more. That's fine. Then the
Come
littles
on, guys. Let's go.
start
Come on.
left to right.
Come on.
They will. Now they'll probably knock that. Be careful. Knock that out of your hand and
Another
grab all
cobweb.
they'll hit their antlers. Yeah, they'll. There you go. Right there. Real easy. Yeah, don't give them. Try to give them the scoop because that's a lot of food right there.
Well, I thought you gave them what was in there.
Huh?
I thought you gave them what was left in there.
No, they only get that. All of them only get that.
Good
Yeah.
thing we're doing this, huh?
Yeah, because they will get, that's too much overeating. What I do, see, I keep in my back pocket this.
Okay.
But what I do is I'll go give the big goats before they get done, give each one of them just like a feed, about like that.
Okay.
Just about like that. Give one to one and one to the other. Then
And the little ones get the same?
I do. You can, sometimes what I do is I do that immediately when I put their food in there. Now they're getting mad.
I'll go on the other side and do
So
it.
he's mad now. Stand back. They're getting carried away. But now here's the thing, though. You have to have long arms.
No, I can go through the fence.
Well, I know.
Is this supposed to be divided
Yeah,
into
divide that
thirds?
in two. Yeah.
Two?
There you go. Now you're going to get your hand cut. I know I don't do it perfectly. It's just my system. I've been doing it so long now. It just, you know what I mean?
Yep.
All I try to do is these little guys, as old as the big ones over there eating, they all get their little bit of something, something. All right, that's it. We're good. That's it. Stop being mean to your brother. Stop it. Hear me? All of you. Boo. We good? Okay.
I don't have any.
That's it. Show them your hands. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
There you go. That's what you do. Throw your hands up. Let's see. What did I do with the bucket? Oh,
Fox is taking care of it for you.
attaboy Fox. Now listen. Look. She don't like it. That's her bucket. Fox says,
Look at your hair now. Look, you're not even
you
camera
got stuff
ready.
in your hair. God,
Come on, guys. Come on.
Had y'all camera pretty and look at you. Isn't it pretty though, walking back down through that,
Very
with that
pretty.
sun coming? It is just beautiful.
Yes.
You know what it's going to be a good day for?
What? Picking
you
up
staying in
glass?
the kitchen and cooking all day while I go out and play.
Well, are you going to edit then?
No.
People thought
No,
you were out playing when I was
I know.
in
No,
bacon.
I don't do anything
I
around
know,
here at all.
I know.
So-
I'll vouch for that. He doesn't do anything.
There you go. There you go. Such a pretty view.
It is pretty.
That's really cool.
I have to look down though when I'm walking.
Well, my feet are so trained. I know where all the rocks are.
Oh.
Just automatic now. Oh, you know what else you get to do, right?
Uh-huh.
What's
Sweet poop. Man, this is the goat's
Did you ever
bed.
think when you were growing up, or when you were already grown at like 50-ish or 60-ish, that you'd be doing this?
No, my mom and dad wouldn't believe it either.
Probably not. Oh, your mom, but your mom would love it. She was born
She
on a
would.
farm.
She
had
would
a
love
farm.
Dad would say we were out of our minds,
Yeah,
but
he would.
we probably
I
are.
can see him shaking his head right now.
I know. You wouldn't argue with him either.
Never. I never argued with your dad. Oh, he wasn't a mean guy. He
No.
was just a lot smarter than me. And
The best description of my dad was Sergeant Carter on
yeah,
Gomer Pyle.
yeah.
Because he had the,
Yeah. But he wasn't.
no, he wasn't.
His personality
mean or
wasn't
gruff,
that way. But he was just.
But he could sound real tough. But
Yeah,
he
he
would
could.
try.
Oh,
But
yeah.
he had a heart of gold and
Oh my goodness.
would do
Good
anything
man.
for anybody.
Good man.
And he did. Did you get bird food the other day?
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah, bird food.
I figured you did, but I didn't want to ask you the day you came back because I figured you weren't telling me because you wanted me to ask so you could say you got
Correct.
it.
That's right. Correct. You probably thought I didn't remember it. I test Grandma every now and then.
And I test Grandpa every now and
She
then.
tests me every.
I know you.
It's just a little game we play.
You know me.
I know. We're kind of predictable, only to one another though.
Yep.
You know what? You are really cute in those overalls and that black. You are really cute.
You know, there's just no sense in wearing anything else out here. I mean, I may have overalls on in every video,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to ruin what
True.
few pants I have that fit.
Gotcha. I got to understand.
So,
You don't need to get every one.
yeah, I kind of do. It's one of those
Yeah.
Kyle things, you know,
Yeah,
we're just kind of
right.
that way.
Got you. Understood. All right, you did good.
They're laying
Let
on
'em
these,
know.
so I'm going to leave them here.
Let them know. Yeah, honey, you know what? That's a good point. We had told everybody they weren't using them. We actually thought about moving them. Now, I moved these down a little bit because they were almost on top of one another. The little ones are coming out and laying on these things.
Yeah.
Every day they come out here and lay on them.
We have to do anything with the hay?
We're good on hay.
Do we want to fluff it?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Watch, you gonna fluff
Make
the
them
hay.
think they got more?
Here to fluff your pillow. Yeah, just fluff it up a little bit and they'll come down and chew on it.
Now, I don't ever have to worry about snakes being in here, right?
I've been doing that for how long and I've never found a snake in there. You know me, never say never, but I think you're pretty good.
I know you say they won't eat this, but I'm going to try it.
Yeah, that's right. Man, I tell you, we throw a lot of that away.
I know, that's why I'm thinking if we just put it in the
But
top.
I put it in low spots out there, and that hay is so much better at decomposing than straw.
Yeah.
So it really makes a good filler. I know in a few months it'll all be gone. Good job. Wanted to give you a little garden update. I know we're not a gardening channel, but I'm so pleased with how things are turning out. Just kind of wanted to show you around. Here's our pumpkins. Oh, let's see. Yeah, there's another one. Here's the second to the biggest one. Look at here. Here's the biggest one over here.
Oh, it's growing.
Yeah, it's going. It's going. I tell you what, when you have pumpkins, folks, you need a lot of room, man. These things are going crazy. Zucchini wise, I'm surprised they don't have any more. Oh, look at that. Hold on, we got to get that one. There we go.
I'll put that with the other 6 on the counter.
Yeah, I know it. Oh, look at this one. Should we get him? That big one there?
Yep. Some of these I'm going to cut up for snacks for the dogs and the goats. But I'm also going to try to make some zucchini bread.
Yep, so we'll have another wave of them. Watermelon, we got, ooh, look at here. We got 1,
Wow.
2, 3. Look at that one. Look at that guy.
Goodness.
3 watermelon. Corn is really going. Here's
Looking
exciting
good.
about the corn. We got our silks coming out now. Say hi, mama. And then eventually, when of course these get tall enough, folks, remember you'll self-pollinate by taking these tassels, and I'll come down here and I'll touch each one of these silk with the tassel, and that'll be the pollen, and that's what you call self-pollinating, because each one of those silk represents a kernel of corn on the ear. So that's what'll get the
That's a brilliant way of tying
corn
them
to
up.
mature. Yeah, it looks, you've got some of that falling right now, but it's a little early to have that fallen off. Anyway, the lettuce I cut back and look, it's regrowing. Pretty cool. Cantaloupe, we got, look here, I got 1,
Oh my.
2, 3, 4 cantaloupe.
Here's more over here.
4, you got more over there. 5, 6, there's 1 there, 7. Garden's going well. Very pleased with that.
It's a perfect morning for sitting out here doing the rock and talk.
It really is. It surely is. I've even got my coffee. Hope everybody's got your coffee. I had to run and get a little coffee. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Got the animals fed. You did a great job, by the way. Thanks.
Thank you.
That's why I'm going to demand that the boys are over here every time you feed the animals. After watching that down there this morning, I love you, but honey, I'm telling you right now,
I love you
there's
too,
no
but I
way-
won't miss the orders.
There's no way
Bet I can figure it
I'll
out.
not be able to rest or relax knowing you're down there feeding those animals.
I'll
like
just
that.
come outside and say I'm meeting one of the boys. I won't tell you when, and I'll just go out and do it.
You do realize I've got 77 cameras
Yeah,
all
I
over
forgot
the
about
place,
that.
right? Yeah. I might just hide a couple more somewhere.
Well, I'm thinking I'll just hide your phone.
That would be devastating.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You have an update you want to give on our brother-in-law?
My brother-in-law, Steve, I do. He had his test, got his results Friday, no cancer. So he can now take the medication that will keep the platelets up, and that way, if they were in an accident or whatever, you know, the term they used was he won't bleed out before they get him somewhere. So that's a big deal.
Thank you for your prayers.
Big deal. Yes, thank you for your prayers,
a lot of
and they
people
thank you
praying for
too.
him. Randomly, look at Miss Kitty. Do you want to tell them what we found on Miss Kitty after all the swelling went down?
She
and
has
everything?
2 fang marks underneath her chin because the fur is mostly gone right now, and you can tell that it was a snake bite.
Yeah, about 1/4 inch apart. So it was a small snake. My guess is she come upon it and it bit her up under the chin, and so I think that's probably what it was, a snake bite.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get into the surgery thing, and everybody's going, we talking about this, sir? What are you talking about? I know, we're getting there. Hang on. Hold your water. Look at that. See that croc? Chad and Ray, the boys, got me a pair of Crocs. These are Jurassic World, Jurassic Park socks. Happy Valentine's Day. Jurassic Park Crocs. And they are the coolest things. And I just love them.
I like them better on your feet than I do in my face.
But still smell new. But Chad got him a pair too, and he said, man, I got to get Dad some, because Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. It's awesome.
We got a lot of cards this week. I didn't get them all lined up to take a picture. We were kind of in a hurry this morning to get the animals fed because somebody didn't get up as early. So anyway, thank you all for the cards, for the letters, for the comments. I mean, I've been trying to answer more, and I will have more time when, you know, I'm babysitting him.
Really?
Yeah, really.
This is not going to go well. We got our wormies in and cat food. I even sent Dottie a message and told her so. All right. Surgery update, 180-degree turn. God is, he doesn't amaze me because I know who, you know what I mean? I'm not
still
surprised.
Amazed.
Are you amazed?
I know, and
when I say that though, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
I said to somebody the other day, I think it was Lori I was talking to, I said, you know, I don't know why I'm always amazed. I know God is capable of anything, but it still amazes me, the things that I don't even think about that he does. And then it's like you said, living life forward, understanding it backwards.
I'll let you tell the story.
Well, we were a little discouraged. I think we told you that we had made, or were going to make, an appointment with a doctor that had been referred to us through Lori and her doctor. And we did make the appointment with their office, and then they turned around and switched doctors on us. And we were really kind of disappointed. We weren't going to be able to see him till August 1st. And then in the meantime, the cardiologist here that we had seen originally called and scheduled for a right and left catheterization July 19th. Yeah, long story short, I think we told you in the last video, when this doctor got word that his friend, who's also the doctor, referred us to him, within 20 minutes we had a phone call, Ralph did, and they had scheduled, said, hey, can you be up here Wednesday at 11:30?
To meet with the surgeon who only does open heart. And I knew that, and you knew that. I honestly didn't want to go. I didn't want to talk to somebody who only did open heart. I had my mind made up. It was going to be done.
Less invasive.
Less invasive because of the research I had done.
Yeah, and he came in, and first thing he did was ask us, you know, how we were friends with this other doctor, and we explained all that. And then, you know, he started talking about this valve, and he started explaining to Ralph what it does and what it wasn't doing and was supposed to be doing, and how bad it was leaking, and that, you know, you don't want to wait too long because right now the heart's not damaged, everything's normal. But we brought up this less invasive means, and from that point on he took off with it, and he told us, he said, the best way to replace a valve for a man your age, and especially in your condition, is open heart. He said, yes, I can go in through the ribs. He said, I do that more for if I'm doing something with the lungs, but he said, if I go through the ribs, I can't see the valve as well, and it's more painful for him as far as recuperation.
He also said he'd probably have to still do...
He still would have to do some kind of a sternum, yeah. And the other one being the catheterization was just out completely, because he said, I just don't recommend replacing them again because of his age. He said, now, if you were 80 years old, and this is nothing against anybody who's watching that's 80 or 85, but he said, you know, if you have a risk of going through open heart surgery, we're not going to take that risk. He said, we will do the other less invasive means, because he said, it is going to buy you more years. He said, you know, that's why we use the less invasive. He said, not everybody can go through open heart surgery. It made us feel really good. He was very good at explaining things, very, very much on our level. He spent all kinds of time with us, letting us ask questions. The good part about it was he was not pushing Ralph. He thought that because we came in with that notion that we were going to do it another way, we needed time. And he said, hey, why don't you go ahead and keep your appointment, because the other doctor is a part of his group, and the other doctor does a lot of these TMVRs, and I forget what the other one's called.
He said, go ahead and see him August 1st.
Yeah, go ahead and see him August 1st. And he said, that way you can, he said, it's not that we wouldn't do it. He says, I personally wouldn't do it, because he said, it's not going to be what's best for you. And he said, I don't know that he will either. As we went on, he just kept looking at me, and I knew what he was thinking. And he looked back at the doctor, and he said, if you told me you'd do this tomorrow, I'd be here. And he said, well, okay, so what you're saying is you want to go ahead and do it. And Ralph said, yes. So he got up and went out just 2 doors down from us, and Ralph could hear everything he was saying, and he was pushing to get it done. He wanted he called it an angiogram. It was the same thing Ralph was going to have done here.
July the
19th.
July 19th.
But I brought it up when I said, well, would you rather do the angiogram here than have us do it, at home? And he said, yeah, I would. And we both said, well, then we'll be here. Well, he worked it out to where we're going to go up, and have it done Wednesday.
The doctor that's doing it is the one that we originally thought was going to do the
that we were
lesson.
meeting with August 1st.
Yeah, and these guys, he said, we have done thousands of surgeries together. He said, I've been doing this a very long time. I kept looking at Leanne because I knew 5 minutes in that I was going to do that route. I mean, I just knew. I just felt like it was one of those things I didn't even really question, but I wanted to make her and I wanted her on board before I said to him, I want to do it, let's go.
Well, and I felt the same way, but I didn't want to push. So I was letting him, make all the...
we were both thinking the same thing, and nobody asked about symptoms, shortness of breath and fatigue, and Leanne notices it more than I do.
Well,
I don't know.
He said it comes on so subtly that you don't notice it. He said usually people around you like me would notice it. And honestly, if it hadn't been for some of these Doss Farms family members bringing it up, I just... you have a tendency to, when you have things like that, just like I did, pain before that kidney stone, you kind of pass it off, especially when it goes away.
Well, I have noticed things have changed over the last few months, and that's my concern. I don't want to wait 6 months and then go in and he go, well, because he said once your heart gets enlarged, he said it again. When your heart is a muscle, it gets bigger. Once it gets that way, you can't go backwards. So
he made it very clear that he was in a situation where right now he's good for surgery, and he's perfect for this.
Right.
If you wait and the heart gets enlarged or there's other issues, then it becomes a more difficult surgery. Not that this isn't going to be,
I think he felt like because I was doing well and as active as I am, that I wanted to put it off.
Yeah, he did. He definitely thought you were one.
He thought I wanted to put it off until it became a dire situation. I said, heck no.
But at one point you looked at me and you said, I want to go ahead and do it. And I said, I know. I said, we do. And that was when he kicked into gear and he went out and he started making things happen.
Got his book out. He literally set it up with this other doctor.
The actual surgery is scheduled for July 29th. It was funny because he said July 30th, and I was sitting there thinking, that's my day where I'm supposed to go back to the oncologist. That's when I get dismissed. But I didn't want to say anything. And I was sitting there thinking, well, I'll just call and put it off. And so in a minute, Ralph said, does that work for you? And I said, yeah, that's my day, for my appointment. And the doctor said something about, well, let's do it on July 29th. And I said, no, I can change mine. And Ralph turns around and he goes, no, he said the 29th. That's a day before the 30th. Let's do it, So we moved it up.
Sorry, dear, but you'll be going to your doctor's appointment all by yourself because Ralphie is going to have the surgery, all right?
I'm okay with that.
So he pulls out his little book, his calendar, but it was kind of funny, and it's about this big, right? It had paper sticking out all over it, and he's looking at his schedule, and I'm thinking he's going to say, October the 1st or something.
I thought it was going to be out there,
and he said, now look, he said, we are really, really busy. But he said, you wouldn't want me to say I could do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
He said, there's a problem if a doctor's not a couple of months out or a month out.
If the doctor's got all kinds of time, you don't want that doctor, is what he said.
We started laughing. So I said, no, I agree. So he set it up for that.
And when he said the 29th, I thought we were talking about the angiogram. I had no idea he was talking about surgery. And Ralph looked at me and he goes, no, we're talking about the surgery. And I said, oh, okay. And because I'm putting it in my calendar too,
Well, because he had said, I want to get the angiogram done between surgery and now.
It happened so fast.
So then I thought, well, if surgery's the 29th, we got to do the angiogram pretty quick. And he goes, how about next Wednesday? And I'm going, oh, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, he got that set up. I got to do all the blood testing and all of that kind of thing. And he said too, and it just makes me emotional when I think, and even when he told me, it's the thing that gets me. I'm not afraid of the surgery. I'm not worried about the surgery. He told me, he said, you got to give me 8 weeks of being a really good boy.
He was good with Ralph.
Yeah, he was very good.
Made it very clear.
He got right in my face.
He did.
And he's poking around on my chest, and he says, he said, actually, he said, we don't cut any tissue or he said, we don't cut muscle going here.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we don't cut any muscle. Over here we might, he said, he said, possibly, he said, we don't cut any muscle. So he said, you're okay here. But he said, you got to give me 8 weeks. And actually the notes said you can't lift anything more than a gallon of milk, which
5 to 10 pounds.
5 to 10
pounds being the most, that being like a gallon of milk.
Yeah, I ran into the refrigerator, got a gallon of milk, and went into the scales and weighed it. We had a full gallon of milk. It's 8.8 pounds. I can't drive for 2 weeks.
After you're discharged.
After I'm discharged, I can't drive for 2 weeks.
But he told you, and he looked him right in the eye, and he said, if you give me, he said, not everybody does what I tell them to do, and he made it very clear. He said, but I promise you, if you give me 8 weeks, you will be a new man. He said, you will not even know how good you feel because you never have experienced it. So he made a real believer out of him,
He said 8 weeks and 1 day. So that day after, he said, then you can do anything you want to do, everything that you did before. He said, give me 8 weeks. He said, you can do whatever you want to after that. And I said, so anyway, that's the thing that I need prayer for the most. Yeah, sure. Do I want to live through it? Yeah, I want to live through it. So yeah, prayer that everything goes well surgery wise, and then just my attitude afterwards and recovery. Going back to how God works things out, to go from here to totally the opposite in just a conversation. I just have no doubt in all the prayers that you all offer up. But now it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay, because I know that God had this plan, meeting with a doctor that I didn't want to meet with. Really.
I know.
Figuring we're driving up there, it's going to be a waste of time. He's going to tell me stuff that I don't want to hear.
We're total opposites.
I know. She was very positive, going, well, and in a certain respect, I wanted to talk to a surgeon. We hadn't talked to a surgeon yet.
Well, my philosophy is different. I feel like anytime a door opens, you need to go through it, because God may have something in store, just like in this situation.
Right. And
if you close that door,
right. Well, but yeah, sometimes when the door opens up, though, I'm like trying to, go through. I'm like trying to put a cat in a bucket of water. I'll go, but you better push me. You know what I mean? Because I've kind of made my mind up. And here I am. I know I preach it another way. I do. I really do. I preach it another way.
Yeah.
But here's another thing about this whole big picture, especially with you and I. But you've always been pretty healthy, except for some problems that I think a lot of females have, just by nature, right? Mm-hmm. She's been doing really well. This will be your 5th week.
Going on the 5th week.
And think about the timing of this too.
I know. I have.
She can't do anything for 8 weeks. She can't be lifting. I think it was 20 pounds, but I won't even let her do that. There's no way. Yeah. She can't do all that. Well, her 8th week of her checkup is the very day after I go in and have the surgery done. And by the time I get home, she'll be 100%. I think, right?
I think so.
And so the timing of this whole thing. I mean, I wanted to do it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, but at the same time, I knew you wouldn't be completely healthy. Wow, I'm so amazed. But
well, let me say something before you go any further.
Okay.
The other thing that I knew was he's been very anxious about all this, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I thought it was because of the surgery just itself. But once we got in there and he started talking to the doctor, and he knew that they were going to go ahead and do it, and I'm going to do it now, he completely relaxed. He was ready. If they would have told him he could do it that day, I believe he'd have gone in and done it.
Yeah, I just had a real, that's a good point.
You had a real peace about it. Things go through your mind, but we've just been very blessed, and we can just see God's hand in it.
Well, thank you all for hanging in there with us and loving us through it and praying for us. And we know that God hears a lot of prayers, and there's power and strength in multiple people praying, but he also hears one prayer at a time. So we are continuing to pray for you all, and
there have been a lot of prayer requests. I answered a lot this morning, but the one, by the time I got to them, several of you had already been there, and we are so thankful for that. It's just awesome.
Yeah, we never want to tire of that. We never want to forget that. Happy note, I wore my Stay Frosty t-shirt. Our grandson, Case, Chad's oldest, has a channel. Most of you probably know. He calls it Case Does Stuff. So I'm going to give a shout out to Case. Case Does Stuff. I'm so proud of him. We made a deal when we were at their house on the 4th of July, Independence Day, that I'm going to come over and he and I are going to make a video over at the new place. Maybe even bring Matt along. We talked about that. Oh my word, could you imagine Matt and I and Case in that UTV driving around?
We had such a good time because when we got back into town, we were both so exhausted.
Oh.
Matter of fact, they went out early to shoot off fireworks with the littles, and Shannon was inside with me. She was working on their video, getting it out, and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the couch. All the lights were on and, you know, bright in the room, and Ray came in to get something, and when she closed the door and it slammed, it woke me up, and she didn't realize I was asleep, and I said, I need to come out and watch the boys. She goes, no, you're fine. And she walked out and turned the lights off, and so I didn't go back to sleep, but we just had such a good time, and it was such a blessing to go out there.
By the way, speaking of the 4th of July and over at their house, you've got a clip.
I've got 3.
You've got 3 clips.
Yeah.
You got to watch them. It's pretty funny. So Grandma's going to show you a clip. Run it.
Got it.
She's a Macarena!
Woo!
That was the finale.
He needs an ice pack. Mine. I was happy.
Can someone stop?
I know. Don't look at it.
I was doing it so it was like pitch black.
All 4 of you perform a dance.
Look at your shadow on the wall.
Woo. How long does this thing last?
90 seconds.
There's like 3 of them in there. He's been hanging on to it.
Now they're all daisy chained together, so it should be like, 360 seconds. Yeah, the best one. Should have been the finale, but whatever. No big deal.
You should have got Matt out there too to do the chicken dance.
No, sir.
No lasers for little boys.
It'll burn your eyes out. I'm not even weird to say. It'll grow a tail.
Really?
Yeah. Not one of them. Not one of them front.
Two left, Abbott.
Something's on fire.
Is that sound crickets?
I think so. I bet this one's gonna stand back.
It's going to go for a minute.
I think it's gonna go
That's the
back.
last one.
That's definitely my favorite one.
All right, listen, we need to wrap this up. Thank you to everybody that is new to our channel, you know, and even the folks that have been with us for a long time. Keep it real. Chad has said it. We keep it real on this channel. I know that we've talked a lot about our health and all that, but we also know that a lot of us are of the same age and a little older, and we go through these things, and this is real life. I feel like reporting this is something I think we need to do, and we need to talk about it because there's a lot of people that share these life experiences. You all know, and we want you to know that, you know, God loves you. He answers prayer. He works in our life. You can see it. We do not believe that meeting with these doctors and what Leanne went through, all these things that led up to everything that we're doing now, is not an accident. And you can have that same peace in your life too, okay? So that's why we show and talk about these things. And if you enjoy that, you know, come back. Please come back. And thank you so much.
We hope you do,
We
because
hope you do.
that's who we are.
It's who we
And
are. This is what
we're not trying to cram it down anybody's throat.
No,
We just, this is our life, and this is how we
Yeah.
deal with life.
Yep.
You know, this is it. I mean,
when this is over, we're going to sit here on the porch. So I drink my coffee, then we'll go in. We'll have eggs and breakfast, bacon. We'll have bacon, and
you'll have bacon.
you know, I'll probably eat a brownie. But anyhow, thank you guys so much. We want you to know that as busy as we get and things that going on, and there can be a tendency to get wrapped up in yourselves and your lives. And at some point, we always say, okay, whoa. We are thankful, but we also have to think about others.
Yeah.
And so we think about you, and we appreciate you and love y'all. God bless you. Until next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.